In this session, we are going to see two main concepts. One is called simultaneous linear equations, and the other one is called by the graphical method. So for simultaneous equation in Form 2, we mainly talking about solving two equations in terms of x and y respectively. And then so in the box here, we have two examples. Another second way would be we want to see how it can be solved by the graphical method, which is we are going to see where the lines intersect each other, which means we are going to see this point, which is called point of intersection, which gives you the answer when you solve the two equations. Let's take a look in number 1, which you have two equations. One is called 2x plus 3y equal to 1, and the other one is called x minus 2y equal to 4. For the convenience of to teach you the concept, as well as to have a very easy question at first, so the two lines are drawn to you, and you can see this is called 2x plus 3y equal to 1, and this one is called x minus 2y equal to 4. So when you want to find the solution, we need not to write so many words, but you just say the solution is, and then you tell us the results of x and y is okay. And you see at this point of intersection, it gives you x-intercept is 2, while the y-intercept is minus 1. So that's why the solution is called 2 minus 1. The other way you can see in the workbook tells you would be, you can also present in the other way, saying that the solution is x equal to 2, y equal to minus 1 is welcome. Of course, if you want to be a bit lazier or you don't want to write so many words, you can use the notation of order pair, 2 minus 1, so to present the answer. Number 2 will be left for you as an exercise. Then there is one more point I remark here. And then when you read the answer, you will see that we have some wording, because for example, this point you can see is very clear, exactly equal to 2 and minus 1. So that's why we will say this is an exact solution. While later on when you go to question 6 and 7, it will show you the answer which is not very precise. So that's why we will say this is there's another term called approximate solution in these two examples. And later on we will try to see how we are going to read the answer. Next, now we come to number 3, which we have a harder one. And then because you see that, you see that the graph itself, it only shows you one line, x plus y equal to minus 2, given in the picture. While the other one called x plus 2y minus 1 equal to 0, you have to draw it by yourselves. So when you need to draw a graph, so first step, you need a table, like the one here. Secondly, you will be going to do substitution for different some values of x and then to get the corresponding values of y, so that you have some points which helps you to draw the line out. And then number 3, so that you can draw the line. So when you're talking about a linear equation. Next, so let's do a substitution one by one. And then if you put x to be minus 1, which gives you minus 1 equal to, not equal, is plus 2y minus 1 equals 0. Wow, you will see it's something about solving equation like you have in Form 1 and in primary school. Do it very carefully, or else it will be a very big trouble because you can't draw the diagram properly. Afterward, 2y is equal to 2, and it gives you y equal to 1. And this is the first value. Next, let's spend a minute or maybe even longer time to do the following. The next box you will be 1 plus 2y minus 1 equals 0, while the last box will be 3 plus 2y minus 1 equals 0. Let's take a minute to complete the two equations and fill in the answers in the table. Okay, so the answer should be 0 for the second box, while it is -1 for the third box. That's why when you, okay, so now you can draw the points one by one in the diagram. First one is a point -1, 1, -1, 1, give you the first point, 1, 0, 1, 0, the second point, 3 -1, 3 -1, the third point, and next you can use a ruler to draw the line out. After drawing the diagram, do you remember there's one thing you should do? Yes, you have to label the diagram, so which is called x plus 2y minus 1 equals 0. So we finished the first part about drawing a diagram. And do remember that there should be 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, in order to do so. And afterward, don't forget that the question indeed is talking about solve the simultaneous equation. So now you read the points of intersection, read its x, y coordinates, and saying that the solution is, you should be capable to find the answer, right? This is another way we ask you to solve the simultaneous equation by drawing a line first. Coming up next, and you see is a harder question because both lines are not drawn for you. So that's why you need to have a table, get some points, and draw them one by one. I will leave it this work for you to solve it by yourselves. In number 5, more or less the same, and the 2 equations are not, the graphs of the 2 equations are not given to you, but it will be quite hard for you to draw or to find out the positions of x, y axis. Please spend a minute to draw the axis in your workbook so that you can draw your graphs later on easier. Let's do it. Draw the x, y axis in your workbook. Okay, so now we come to the 2 questions, number 6 and number 7, I mentioned on page 1 as well. And let's see what's happening in the question, as far as I already mentioned. It's also called find the solution of the equations, but you see the answer should be given to 1 decimal place, or we can say 1 dp. Another reason is, when you want to solve 2 simultaneous equations, you need to read the points of intersections. But unluckily, this time is not very clear, not very precise, but you can only see that the solution is, would you please help me to read it together? X coordinate is -1, right? While y coordinate is 2.7. Because it's not very clear, and then so we can also call it an approximate solution. And the word approximate is also shown in the diagram. Not diagram, but it is in the sentence. Similarly, in number 7, you try to read the answer by yourselves. Oops, okay. And then by reading the points of intersection, talk about the solution of simultaneous equations. Okay, next one. Number 8, and more or less the same question, but the 2, you are required to draw 2 graphs. And once again, you try to. That's all for this session. So can you recall the concept and the method you have learned in this chapter? Yes, we are talking about solving simultaneous equation. Which is there are 2 equations in your question, but this time we are not solving it directly, but we will use the graph to help us, which is called by graphical method. Hope this video can help you. Goodbye.